So, Chapter 109 released a few days ago, and one of the biggest questions in the chapter is the true identity of Fumi-kun. Fumi-kun is a character who debuted in this chapter, Chapter 99, and he is certainly an interesting character, but everyone expects Fumi-kun to really have an identity that we should know of. As in, turn out to be a character that has been mentioned or just hasn't shown up yet, or possibly someone who's just an alternate universe character of someone else, or maybe just something else entirely. So, there have been a lot of theories on who Fumi-kun could actually be, and the biggest one that has been sprouting up is that Fumi-kun is actually the alternate universe Joseph Joestar. This is because the Radio Gaga incident chapter takes place in 1941, and Fumi-kun said he was 17 years old to Lucy Steele. This would mean that Fumi-kun is actually born in 1924, which is the same year that this universe's Joseph Joestar was born. And there's also the fact that Fumi-kun does share a lot of similarities to Joseph Joestar from the original universe. Like how Fumi's first appearance features his wallet getting stolen, which is something that happens to Joseph Joestar in his first appearance and his last appearance, with his first wallet getting stolen by Smokey and his last wallet being stolen by Josuke from part 4. And also how he appears in a car with an old lady Pendleton, since if you forgot, Lucy Steele's birth name is actually Lucy Pendleton, mirroring Joseph Joestar and Irina Pendleton at the start of Battle Tendency. And there's also the fact that the name Joseph is similar to Josephu Mi, which would give him the name Fumi, since it might be hard for people in 1941 Japan to pronounce Joseph, just turning it into Josephu. And there's also the fact that World War II was taking place during this incident, so having an American name like Joseph while living in Japan may have not been a good idea. So he just decided to have everyone call him Fumi. However, I don't think that this will actually happen, and I don't really think it's very likely because, okay, everything about Jojolion so far has been a surprise to us, and I don't think anyone has been able to accurately predict more than 2 things that has happened in this part. And Araki is making it pretty obvious that Fumi could be Joseph, which is why I think that Fumi won't be Joseph Joestar. That's right, Araki. I'm learning. You're not making this dude Joseph. I made a mistake of believing obvious things from you for way too long. This dude isn't gonna be Joseph. You all know how Araki writes Jojolion. It's being fairly obvious that this dude could be Joseph Joestar. So obviously, since this is Jojolion, he's not going to be Joseph Joestar. This means that the secret to Fumi's identity is that he is actually Gunpei from The Spoke Kishibe Rohan, because of the fact that they have a very similar design. And they both wear Steel Ball Run clothing. And if this is correct, I think it means that Fumi may die in a similar way, maybe trying to save Lucy, and then he sacrifices himself to the guardrail, and we see his body in the same way we see Gunpei. Actually, no, I don't see this happening. Okay, well, what if this guy Fumi is somehow related to Joseph Fumi, since they both do have Fumi in their name? and this guy has a soft and wet pin on his bag. It's possible that they're related, and this kind of fits into the theory with Joseph Joestar, since people think that either Joseph and Kiyomi cheated and made Josefumi, explaining the divorce papers, or that possibly Sadafumi Kujo, who is Josefumi's dad, and Joseph Joestar are the same person, and either Fumi is going by two identities, or he changed his name at some point, maybe after the books started being published, so after 1991, which would mean he would be around 70 at the time, so maybe. But like I said a few minutes ago, I still find it unlikely that Fumi is Joseph, since it's too obvious, and come on, look at my man. Do you really think he'd cheat with his wife? My man is too goated to do that. Right, Araki? This dude is way too goated. I'd say as good as the 18.9% of people who are subscribed to my channel. Like, man, is he just cool. I feel like it's possible that Fumi is just a random dude. Like, he's just a guy that Lucy Steele happened to meet, who coincidentally has a similar name to Josefumi and Joseph Joestar. This is because all these theories about Fumi being Josefumi's dad or whatever are thinking about the fact that Josefumi has a birthmark, even though he has only had a birthmark in his first appearance. And even then, I feel like it was clear that it was a mistake, since Kira wasn't shown with a birthmark, even though he does have one. So when creating this one image of Josefumi that has the birthmark, I think Araki forgot that Kira was the one who actually has the birthmark and not Josefumi. So I think it's highly likely that Josefumi is just some random dude. So I feel as though it's also likely that Fumi is just a guy who showed up out of nowhere and just decided to do a good deed for an old woman. Or who knows, maybe Josefumi and Fumi are just related through normal means, like Josefumi's grandfather being Fumi, and then these two random people just so happen to have the same bloodline, which would make them special. But, you know, there's only one way to find out, and that's to wait for chapter 110, if it's even the case, since part 9 is likely. And I do hope that we somehow see more of Fumi, maybe in a potential part 9, but yeah, this dude is just amazing, and it's a shame that he's only going to be in the last 2 pages of Jojolion, unless he is in a part 9 somehow.